There's very few that really know how to negotiate.
You mean natural? Like
natural or trained.
Okay.
Yes, if I said to somebody, list off the courses you've done on negotiation, I'd get a blank look, yeah?
Yeah. Hi everyone, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's the first podcast for the year. This is Property Jabs number 8.
But you held up 5. 8.
That's number 8. Yep. So hopefully everyone survived New Year's and Christmas and holidays and everything else. And you're ready to jump back into work or whatever you have to do. So today we wanted to discuss a topic that's really hard to understand or hard to put a rating on.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be interesting then.
Yes, yeah. So we know that agents' negotiation skills are extremely important, right?
Yep.
In any market. Probably more so in the market that we're heading in or we're in now that, keeps heading down, right? What's your take? How important is the negotiation skill of an agent in the current market? And the second question would be, if I'm a vendor and I'm considering selling my property and I'm seeing, 3 or 4 different agents and they tell me, how great they are and how they can do this and that, how I can, which we all do, right? How I can tell who is a better negotiator.
Okay.
Or how, these agents can demonstrate that so the vendors can make a more informed decision.
Wow. Well, why have we started so hard? It's the first one back. I thought Vess would be easier. Like, he's in a t-shirt. It's a Rambo t-shirt. I love that. And he just came out, he should have been Rocky, not Rambo.
Guns blazing.
He just came out, guns blazing. Absolutely. Okay, negotiation skills. Here we go. This is going to get a lot of response from agents. I think agents, salespeople, we call them agents. Everybody calls them agents. They're salespeople legally. I think salespeople are normally not salespeople. They've come from some other industry or some other previous career, and then they've gone into real estate sales, which is a prospecting business, not so much a selling business, but that'll make sense. And there's very few that really know how to negotiate.
You mean natural? Like
natural or trained.
Okay.
Yes, if I said to somebody, list off the courses you've done on negotiation, I'd get a blank look, yeah? If I said, tell me which books you've read, or YouTube is a good resource, What have you studied on negotiation? It wouldn't be many. Now, negotiation is pretty straightforward. It's got patterns in it, it's got rules to it, and it repeats. So if you understand that, you can negotiate quite well. So how important is it? Yeah, really important, because if the person who's selling your house or helping you buy a house doesn't know how to negotiate, firstly, they won't get the deal together. They'll miss on something that should have come together. And we see that and go, you're joking, how did that miss out? And it was the agents, salespeople, who normally frustrated it. They got in the way. Yeah, the vendor's agent mucked around and said, no, we're not doing that, or they played God on it. It just didn't work. Or the buyer's agent didn't convince the buyer that they should give it an extra nudge, and they'll still be smiling afterwards. So I think it is that, firstly, you won't get a deal together and you'll miss them. That would tell you that the guys haven't got the skill in negotiation that they should have. Yeah. Second one is, say in the previous market in particular, is you will sell, but you don't realize you've undersold, that there was still money left on the table. So when I'm negotiating, that's what I'm checking for. I'm just want to be check and double check again that there's no money left on the table. Now, if you're buying through us or buying a house for us or through me, you're going to pay a lot, without a doubt. But you're going to get the better houses, because that's what you do when you get the better one. And when it comes time to sell, I'll do the same for you. And if you're selling, What I'm looking for is there was no money left on the table. So it is critically important. Most of the time in real estate, you won't actually appreciate that the person undersold your house. There was more in it. Did the auctioneer or did the process or the salesperson squeeze enough? So it's critical. Half of it's seen, other half isn't. Most of it's not realized.
Yeah.
Oh, the deal didn't come together. Man, a better negotiator would have kept going and got the deal together. Or a better negotiator would have got more money, put more squeeze on as they went through. If you're a salesperson and people are buying houses through you and not selling through you, that's a clear indication you don't get, you're not good at negotiation, because they know they would have paid more. That's why they ain't selling through you as they go. Yeah, so that's maybe one indicator.
Yeah.
So does that answer sort of the first part of that?
Yeah. I feel that when the market is hot, and let's say auction clearance rates are, in the 80s or in the 90s, right? It's more important how good the auctioneer is with negotiating, right? Because we do what we do and then we pass it over. We hand it over,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And then when the market is more like where we at now, it's more important the agent to be really good with.
Gotcha, absolutely. Because you're running around in the middle of the night doing them. We're not doing them in the room. And that's where people, we just came out of a meeting discussing what's happening around Auckland, and there's deals that we can visibly watch from a distance go, they didn't come together. I don't know why that didn't come together. Obviously somebody wasn't clear enough to the buyer around the urgency and what they should have done, or they weren't clear enough on the other side with the vendor around the urgency and what they should have done. I don't think they gave good advice to the clients possibly, and allowed them to make an informed decision.
So the second question would be, from agent's perspective, salesperson's perspective, how can we demonstrate that to a potential client with pitching for business? And the other thing at the same time, so we can be adding value and be helpful to our clients, is how they can recognize that and how can they say, okay, Vess was good with marketing, John good marketing. They had the best auctioneers and this and that. Okay, negotiation skills. How can I tell if Vess is better than John?
Really?
With a half an hour, a 1 hour pitch.
Or within the pitch as a salesperson, it's not going to be half an hour because they've made up their decision a lot quicker than that. It's going to be probably within the first few minutes. They'll get the confidence of, I tell you what, Vess is great. We like him, we trust him, and we're now listening to what he's doing. Or the other person sitting in front of them, they go, nah, there's something I don't like here. And then now for the next 90 minutes or 59 minutes or whatever, they're looking for the faults as they go through. So if you're a salesperson, you've really got to demonstrate immediately your enthusiasm, your expertise, and that you're in the company that can provide that outcome and that service. If it is just around negotiation as a salesperson, I think the thing I see that stands head and shoulders above the rest is a list of the last 10 sales with Wayne's number and his mobile, and Wayne knows, and he said, yep, phone me. So you're using real references. I know you're sitting there trying to guess what it's going to be like selling through me. Here's the last 10 people that sold. They're happy to talk to you because they sat in your seat trying to make the same decision. They've popped out the other side. So they can tell you, I'm not going to be on the call, they'll tell you what they thought of the whole experience. And here's the list.
So it's a third party more like.
100%. It's the integrity of the third party that's got nothing to gain. And it should also match your sales that are sitting on your internet. I sold these 10, here's the last 10, pass them on. So if you're a salesperson going into business like that, you know that you want to sell the client's property, get them the greatest result, all the money off the table, but equally you want that testimonial. So it drives the standard of your business. So I think that's one way. If you're a salesperson, when I see that, I think that's really cool. If I was buying something today, that's service orientated, I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm about to do something we'll announce that I'll do it overseas this year. It'll be not quite extreme, but it'll be something interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for the testimonials of people who've been there before, and they go, use this guy.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get it wrong.
Yes.
I ain't second guessing. I got to get it right.
Yeah.
So that's one side from the salesperson going out. I think from the client looking back in, it is hard because it's a service, not a product. A product is a cup of tea, and you can taste it and go, I'll tell you what, I like that Earl Grey, or no, I don't. But on a service, it's a promise of what's to come. So there's one example using that list, yeah. I think the second one is you test them, and every vendor's going to go, oh, look, when I tell you the answer, you're going to go, oh, I know why you said that. Test them. Chip away at their earnings. Cut their hourly rate. Cut their pay. See how good they are at holding on to that. Like if they can't defend their own pay, then they're not going to defend your house. They haven't got the skills to do it. And the vendor's going to go, oh, Wayne, you're just trying to make sure you get 100% of your commission. Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. But if that person can demonstrate to you why that little 3% of the pie gets overwhelmed by the 97% of the pie, there's around 3% is where your commission sits, probably 2.5, 2.73% out of the 100% of the sale. If I can make you 97% far bigger, doesn't matter with that little 3%. Yeah? So I've got to demonstrate more value. But if the person rolls over on their fees or offers you a discount at the beginning, I don't think in the middle of the night they're going to stand up and get you the best price. So that might be one way of doing it. And I know you're going to take that with a grain of salt. Appreciate that. That's just like...
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So you're suggesting for potential clients to try to get a discount on the commission and just observe how the agent will protect.
As a test.
Yeah, as a test.
As a test. Look, I purchased something yesterday. I went into one shop and they had everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I better have a look at an alternative, like a vendor, checking out two agents.
Yeah.
Went to the other one, checked out what they had. Then I decided, well, part of what they've got is good and part of what they've got is good. So I'll just go back to them and say, well, look, I like this part of what you've sold me. I'd buy that, but I'm going to buy the rest from these guys.
Yeah.
And I told the other guy the same. Both of them just rolled over and accepted that. The difference in transaction was about 20%, So, one lost 20%, one lost 80%, and neither fought for it. I was like, mate, no wonder you're sitting in a shop that looks very quiet.
Yeah.
So somebody should have actually stopped me and said, it's a far better product. Here's how it works. You've got to, they should have shown me some benefits of it as I went.
Yeah.
And I would have gone with that. As an agent, you did right. Method of sale is going to be the same. Marketing is going to be the same. There's only a suite that you can use. Everybody's on the same suite. Then it's going to come down to your process, which will be clearly different between the brands and even the companies within the brands. And then it's going to come down to your negotiation skill. And I think the first test of that is, will the person retain the other party? If I'm listening with you, will you retain the buyer or will you lose the buyer? Yeah, and if you can retain them, then have I got confidence you're going to get everything out of them to buy this house?
Which is actually a lot easier to demonstrate when you're talking about the auction process that we run about buyers and about talking about price.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. Mate, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Auction, come along and watch us do it.
Yeah.
Like they can't watch you do the private sale, your private treaty sale, which is a normal sale, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They can't hang on with you, but they can come and watch at the auction. So, mate, sit here, watch us leave the room, watch us come back $500,000 later. Might take 20 minutes, but watch us come back $500,000 more and watch us then sell.
Yeah, interesting. And I just remember, I think 4 years ago was the first time when I was pitching for business, I provided a list of 5 people that my past 5 sales. And actually, one of my previous clients called me 2 weeks later and said, Vess, you didn't tell me you gave these people my number. And he called me to ask me about you. And it was on the same street, actually. And I got the business.
Yeah.
That was...
Well, it's honesty, and the funny thing about this market, this industry is same as selling cars. Sorry, car sales guys, is clients don't expect honesty. They go, shit, he was honest. God, that's a different way.
What a surprise!
But I'll tell you a funny one there, and this is a little bit the same. So going back to my first year in real estate, and I'd handwritten my vendor report. Here's all the buyers that came through, and I had all the mobile numbers down there. All the feedback and all the mobile numbers. And
on the report.
And Sam, I love Sam. Sam, if you ever watched this, you're fantastic. And Sam typed it all up the way I wrote it on the page. So I was flying, and I'm sitting down in front of the vendor reading the report. They're reading theirs, and I go, "Oh my God, it's got Vess and his mobile number." And I think I said to the vendor, "Yes, I know you won't be happy with the feedback, but it's, we put his number there. You can phone him too. You're going to get the same number." Oh, Sam, don't ever put their phone numbers on there, please. All the buyers' phone numbers on there. Oh, my God. I've got better at real estate as I've gone.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Wayne.
Pleasure.
That's it for now, and we're going to see you next week.
See you, ciao.
Bye.